Welcome to the second half of April. There's been plenty going on around Westford recently. The Board of Health made a decision that sealed the fate of a local business. A homeowner is getting some help after a devastating fire, and candidates are making their pitch for the upcoming municipal elections. From Nadnasset to Parker Village, it's time for WestfordCAT News. We start our program with news from Town Hall. Just before the end of March, Assistant Town Manager John Mangiarotti announced he's leaving Westford for a position as Deputy Town Manager in Andover. Mangiarotti was hired in 2010 and has saved the town millions of dollars through various grants and cost-saving initiatives. Selectman Kelly Ross shared a poem dedicated to Mangiarotti at the April 12th Board of Selectmen meeting.
My ode to John. In 2010, Jody sought an assistant who was smart and was skilled and could be so persistent. So Jody plucked John out of RGIS, a choice that has proven a smashing success. John saving us money was common occurrence, whether finding us grants or else bidding insurance. John proved his ability closing a deal. He found us a buyer for our bookmobile. It's hard now to think of a fiscally sweeter thing than the costs that he lowered by choosing net metering. He could fix up a building and write a proposal. He even saved money on garbage disposal. To a new town he goes, where we hope the majority agrees John should be granted appointing authority. John, we will miss you. We're all sad you're parting. We wish you the best, Mr. John Mangiarotti.
The deadline has passed for applicants to replace Mangiarotti. We'll provide an update on his replacement as soon as that news becomes available. The Board of Health took a month to decide on whether to ban flavored cigarettes from Westford, and on April 11th they made their decision. In a unanimous vote, the board approved new tobacco regulations that included a ban on flavored cigarettes from everywhere in town except for cigar bars and adult-only stores. An electronic cigarette store at Westford Plaza called Mad Vapes will be allowed to stay open as long as it prohibits anyone under 21 from entering the premises. Mad Vapes owner Tom Patel was one of the driving forces to delay a decision in March after telling the board that his newly opened business sold almost nothing but flavored cigarette products. In addition to the age restriction, Patel was also ordered not to allow e-cigarettes use within the store and not to mix any of the flavors on site. Westford has been waiting for years, and the date has finally been announced. Whole Foods will be opening their doors on May 4th. The grocery chain announced it would be coming to Westford in 2013 into the old Market Basket location at Westford Valley Marketplace. Per company tradition, the store will officially open at 9:45 a.m. with a breaking of the bread ceremony. The Westford location is the 31st Whole Foods store in Massachusetts and is expected to employ 200 people. Here's Superintendent Bill Olson with some news from Westford's public schools.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with another school system update. First and foremost, I want to thank the voters of Westford for their support of our school department budget again this year and our capital items. It takes a team effort to make a quality school system, and between our boards, our committees, our town administration, and you, the voters, we make great things happen for the children of Westford. So thank you very much for your support. Congratulations to the middle school PTO. They sponsored a terrific basketball game, fundraising basketball game between Stony Brook and the Blanchard faculty and staff. Those funds raised are oftentimes used for enrichment activities for our students. Congratulations to the day school students. I want to have a shout out to Assistant Principal Chris Sardella also. Chris is very much involved with our students and families and staff in fundraising efforts in addition to all of his other responsibilities. They have done some extraordinary fundraising to benefit the children not only in Westford but throughout the Merrimack Valley and throughout Massachusetts. I want to make particular note of the fact that the day school has recently donated almost 2,800 food items to the Westford Food Pantry, and that has been recognized as the largest single donation since the food pantry has been in existence. I want to congratulate Saketh Janalangada who is a terrific young man and student at the Stony Brook School. Seth is an 8th grader. He has won the 2016 Massachusetts Geography Bee. And so he will be going on to additional competition, and we greatly congratulate his efforts. Emily Earle has been recognized by the Boston Bruins, one of just a small number of students across the state, student athletes across Massachusetts. Bruins President Cam Neely recognized Emily along with other students for her outstanding sportsmanship, particularly during the hockey season. She is an outstanding student and athlete and great representative of the Westford Public Schools. The National Association of Music Merchants has recognized Westford as one of the 476 best communities in the entire country for music education for our students. We take great pride in theater arts and performing arts programs. I think, once again, we have the finest programs in all of New England. I want to make mention also of the FAME, Families Advancing Music Education dinner dance that is coming up this week. I happen to be filming this the week prior to April vacation. FAME has done an outstanding job in supporting the music program in our Westford Public Schools, and I can't say enough thank yous to all of the families who have been involved in making this a wonderful experience for students. One final thing I want to mention that Courtney Moran, our Director of Pupil Services, has mentioned that we do have a few openings for the afternoon session of our preschool. So if you are interested in enrolling your child in a preschool afternoon session that takes place here at the Millennium School, please contact our special education office. Lots of good things continue to happen. I want to wish you, your child, and our entire staff a wonderful April vacation. We're in the home stretch now with only a couple of months left of the school year. It's been a great school year in Westford. And thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time.
For more information from Molson, make sure to check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/WestfordCAT. Westford's probably not going to build any schools soon, but that doesn't mean Westford's first graders don't have some good ideas. Massachusetts State Treasurer Deb Goldberg and the Massachusetts School Building Authority are seeking illustrations from local first graders across the state as part of the 10th annual My Ideal School contest. Regional winners will receive a prize from Santander Bank, while the grand prize winner will have their work on the cover of the MSBA's next annual report. Submissions are being accepted at massschoolbuildings.org/programs/idealschool. The deadline is April 29th. The Westford Recreation Department needs a new home, and the town has begun its second attempt to make that happen. 4 locations were identified during the town's first request for bids, but none of those spaces were suitable for the department's programming needs in the short term. In the second search, ceiling height will be taken into account along with cost and square footage, due to requirements in programs such as basketball, badminton, and volleyball. The search comes after the Recreation Department's current home at the Town Farm building was found to be unsafe. Additionally, Recreation Department Director Pat Savage says that space within local school gymnasiums have become more difficult to obtain. Currently, the Rec Department's offices are located in the training room of the Rogers Fire Station. However, this is only a temporary arrangement. It remains unclear if the search will split program space and office space, as the concept of modular buildings has been discussed as an option for just the department's offices and less space-intensive programs. Requests to fund a feasibility study looking at a long-term home for the department are expected at special town meeting in October. Annual town meeting is over, but echoes of the meeting resonated 10 days later at Town Hall. On April 12th, the Board of Selectmen unanimously approved the annual town meeting warrant during a meeting that held a variety of discussions on topics ripped from the annual town meeting itself. The Selectmen scheduled a follow-up for annual town meeting to discuss next steps for the Town Farm building and design costs for the expected renovation of the Rodenbush Community Center. On the Rodenbush, however, Selectman Mark Cost had concerns.
I'm glad you included some of the stuff that we looked at previously, and so I do want to apologize for, because the wording is pretty clear. So clearly I wasn't reading the words that were on the paper and more realizing that there's no possible way that I would approve or would recommend spending $270,000 for a specific $7 billion project. The wording says that, but that's not what I heard. So So I just wanted to make that clear. I still stick by the thing that, until we've had a conversation about what the community wants to do with that building and how far it's willing to go with that building, to have a specific design to spend $7 million, I think is not the proper way to go. And I think we got alignment on that at town meeting.
Road and Bush Community Center Director Patty Pichette told the board that their current building on Main Street was indeed the ideal location for the Road and Bush Community Center, and that they were setting record attendance numbers for this year. Town Manager Jody Ross and Assistant Town Manager John Mangiarotti also added that the funding appropriated at town meeting was actually for the building itself. They also added that one of the main points of the study was to determine whether cost or historical preservation should be the driving factor in the renovations. Those weren't the only town meeting topics, though. The selectmen approved funding to design potential sidewalks on Main Street. The 2016 annual town meeting opposed funding of construction of sidewalks on Main Street near Kersey Circle, only allowing them to be constructed if it could be done within the $1.8 million appropriated for other improvements coming to that street. Despite some confusion, Ross clarified that the funding approved at the meeting was part of an earlier amount approved by town meeting voters for design fees on the project. The selectmen also got some unexpected commentary on annual town meeting during open forum, where Boston Road resident Bob Krankowitz voiced his frustration over the former Drew Gardens property. Krankowitz was particularly frustrated with comments made by new property owner Ebby Masaladon in a recent WestfordCAT News article.
Back to the
And
phone.
then that would
And
be
by
the
the way,
time to have the
I'd like to say
discussion.
something. I'd like to quote something he said to WestfordCAT. He was interviewed by Andrew Sylvia. Some of the citizens over there really had no idea what they were talking about, or what they had their friends come over and say about this project. This project would have been 100% benefit to the town of Westford and the neighborhood. Nobody consulted us in the neighborhood. This is arrogance. This man he's a businessman, and this is arrogance, and I resent that as a taxpayer. And I think I have a right to speak at this meeting. I'm not going to hold the meeting up.
The selectmen did not directly respond to the comments, stating that Masaladon has withdrawn his previous plans, and there currently is nothing before the selectmen to discuss on the matter. Is that pesky snow finally gone once and for all? Let's hope so. Here's Westford Academy's Joe Seppi with the weather.
Hello, Westford. This is Joe Seppi with the weather forecast for this weekend and the week of April 25th. I hope all Westford students had a nice spring break. Here's what's coming up. On Saturday, there may be a brief morning shower, then afternoon sun. The high will be 62 and the low will be 36. On Sunday, it will be a mostly sunny day with afternoon clouds and possible showers late. The high will be 61 degrees and the low 39 degrees. On Monday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 58 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. On Tuesday, it will be mostly cloudy during the day with possible rain mixing with snow at night. There will be a high of 55 and a low of 35. On Wednesday, it will be partly cloudy in the afternoon after some morning showers. High of 59 degrees and a low of 37 degrees. On Thursday, it will be mostly sunny during the day and partly cloudy at night. High of 63 and a low of 42. On Friday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 64. There may also be light showers later in the night with a low of 44. That is your Westford weather. Have a great week, everyone.
Westford voters go to the polls in May, and the League of Women Voters provided an opportunity to meet the candidates in their 47th annual Candidates Night this month. Incumbents Andrea Perraner-Sweet and Scott Hazelton provided an optimistic picture of the town's recent past and its future in their pitch to retain their seats. In contrast, challenger Tony Martinez repeatedly called town government dysfunctional and claimed that a lack of transparency on part of the current selectmen.
The question is, you vote for me, you're going to vote for change. If you do not want change and you want to continue with dysfunctional, lying government, then vote for the other two candidates. Simple as that.
2 seats on the Board of Health are also being contested between incumbent Sue Hanley and challengers Stephanie Granger and Anastasia O'Malley. Here, the 3 candidates generally agreed on the major health issues facing Westford, with O'Malley also using a beaker of blue liquid as a prop in her closing remarks, signifying the need for greater awareness of the chemicals Westford residents face every day in their air, their food, and other areas. The evening also provided comments from unopposed candidates running for seats on the Planning Board, School Committee, and the Board of Library Trustees. A full video of the event is available at WestfordCAT.org. In our last program, we reported on a recent 3-alarm fire on Main Street. Efforts are underway to help recover the residents from the blaze that gutted one of Westford's most historic homes. Midway through April, over $7,000 has been donated for recovery efforts on GoFundMe, with a goal of $25,000 left to obtain. We'll keep you posted on those efforts. For more on the recovery, as well as a link to the donation page, go to westfordcatnews.org/Main Street Fire Recovery. Get out your calendars, Westford. In this episode, we welcome Will Courtney from Lowell General Hospital and Circle Health for a look at upcoming events around town. Take it away, Will.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Here's what's coming up in Westford. Join the Rowdenbush Community Center team on Saturday, April 30th for the annual Westford Cleanup Day event. What's better than making Westford a cleaner place? Making Westford a cleaner place and getting a free t-shirt while you're at it. Lasts from 8:30 to noon, and all participants get a free t-shirt and lunch for taking part. To register, call Betsy Andrews or Leslie Russo at 978-692-5511 or go to rodenbush.org. Get out your sneakers. The 17th annual Westford Road Race is taking place on Sunday, May 1st. There's a 5K, a 10K, a family fun run for the little ones. Plus, there's plenty to do near the finish line on the town common. To register or learn more, go to roadrace.westford.org. Hurry up, the deadline is coming up on April 29th. There's no better Mother's Day gift than some flowers, and Mother's Day is coming up as well. So if they come from a local Boy Scout, they'll be even more special. The annual Troop 195 plant and flower sale will take place on May 6th and 7th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Rowdenbush Community Center, so get your flowers. And of course, who could forget the Apple Blossom Festival, speaking of flowers. Hosted by the Westford Kiwanis, the annual tradition is entering its 48th year, with the festival midway stretching from Thursday, May 11th to Sunday, May 15th, culminating with the annual Apple Blossom Parade and a variety of other events. We'll have more information on the festival as it approaches, but you can get more information on the web at westford.org/Kiwanis. On behalf of Circle Health and Lowell General, my name is Will Courtney. Look for me coming up. We'll be going to be doing Full Circle Fitness, a new show on WestfordCAT. Meantime, enjoy the events and thanks for having me.
Rekha Sharma's back with another ingredient vital to your health. Which one? Well, you'll just have to see for yourself. Take it away, Rekha.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about fig. Figs are a good source of fiber. The health benefits of figs come from the presence of vitamins and minerals. Figs contain a wealth of beneficial nutrients including vitamin A, B1, B2, calcium, iron, phosphorus, sodium, and potassium. It is antihypertensive because of the presence of potassium in it. It is anti-diabetic and improves heart health. It is a rich source of fiber and helpful in weight management and improves eye health. So add some figs in your diet to get the benefits. Bye for now.
That's all for this edition of WestfordCAT News. We leave you with scenes of artwork from some of Westford Academy's finest art students on display recently in the school's lobby. For WestfordCAT, I'm Ira Keltz. We'll see you next time.